everybody. Happy Friday. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Ryan Bissett. Thanks for coming to our Q&A Friday.
Yes. So today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of renting versus buying. There are always a ton of questions surrounding it, so I figured today might be a good time to get into some specifics.
Yeah. A lot of questions, and rightfully so. But I know, a lot of questions. We get a lot of questions, so I know we've had some time to kind of go over this stuff as well.
Yeah.
So one of the first big things that we do keep in mind, or we tell everybody to keep in mind, whenever it is that time for you to decide whether it's right to buy or rent, is your realistic time frame that you're expecting to be in the home. The longer that you are staying in the home, you're leaning more towards the buy side. But a rule of thumb is that flip point is if you're staying right around 5 to 7 at least years in the home, a lot of times buying will make more sense for you. But that does change case by case.
Absolutely, yeah. And honestly, if you're in that position to build equity, buying may make more sense if you're financially able. On average, Northeast Ohio properties, we see an appreciation or an increase in property value about 3% year over year. So if you are in that position, buying is a nice way to build some equity. Yeah,
to really invest in yourself for the future. I like to think of it like every time that you move apartments, say you just sign a new lease agreement, you spend another security deposit. Whenever you do move houses, if you sell a house, make a house, or buy a house, hopefully you are going to make some money on it. At least to set you through with that down payment, get you where you want to be in the present.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. One of the other big things that you need to think about whenever you are renting or buying is obviously your personal financial situation. While renting does oftentimes offer less extensive or less expensive upfront costs, you will not be able to access any of that equity growth that Amanda touched on just a minute ago. So that's a big thing, as well as the equity in the home or writing off your mortgage interest. You do also get a tax deduction for your property taxes as well. So it's a nice little boost every year.
Break is always a really nice thing to see at the end of the year. And you always want to confer with your financial advisor, whether it's an accountant, a financial planner, just to see what you guys are able to write off and get the deduction on.
Yeah.
Also, going off of that, the rental costs versus buying costs. Yes, it's a lot more out of pocket up front to purchase. But like you said, you're getting that equity, and while you don't have the stressors of home ownership and maintenance, where a rental, you're going to have pretty much everything taken care of for you. Rental costs honestly are the same, if not a little more, than the average mortgage payment in our area. So if you are in a financial position where you can move and make a purchase, obviously that's my suggestion. You want to build as much equity as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just to touch on that a little bit more, just something that comes to my mind that I see come up a lot. Whenever it does come time for you to start the new year, whether that be calendar year or a lease agreement, a lot of times with rental properties, like you said, those costs sometimes overtake those of home ownership. So while rental prices or rental monthly rents can increase over time, a fixed rate mortgage loan for 30 years, 15, 20 will not change on you.
Which is wonderful. Yes. So guys, I think that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for tuning in for our Q&A Friday, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Awesome. See you guys on Monday.
Take care.